Hi there. This is Suzanna Martinez, your PEO for the CEO. And today I have a very special guest that's a really close friend of mine, and we used to work together. And it's RJ Joshua. And he works for one of the largest payroll and PEO companies nationally, which is ADP. So we're super excited to have him today. RJ, can you please just tell us a little bit about yourself?
So my name is RJ, Ryan Joshua, but I go by RJ, and I'm a sales representative. I sell payroll, HR, employee benefits, and insurance services. I started my career in 2010 at a competitor, Big Blue, and I sold payroll for them for many years, then went into ADP, where I'm currently at. I also spent some time at TriNet, which is a very large PEO. So have a lot of experience in everything from payroll, HR, employee benefits, and insurance services. And I've seen the gamut from one-size companies all the way up to thousands of employees.
We're excited to have you today. So, RJ and I have a really good partnership where he works with me as his broker. So, RJ, if you can share with our audience why you like first myself, Susanna Martinez, and why you like partnering with PEO brokers like myself.
Susanna is just like an awesome person. I met Susanna working at TriNet, which is a payroll company. We were both in sales. I was selling financial service vertical, and she was selling like the Main Street, blue collar, workman's comp. We would partner on a lot of things. And I don't know, I just got to know you. And you're a good human and
Thank
kind and you're nice. And yeah, you're honest. And I don't know, you're just a real person. So that's what I like to work with is real people. And you've always kept it real. You've always been reliable. All the kind of things that I look for, like not just in a colleague, but in a friend, you have them all. So yeah, just great character.
thank you.
Yeah. And then the reason why I would say that I like working with PEO brokers, because it's pretty much a no-brainer situation. So the way that insurance is created and built is if you go to a carrier directly, there's still premium built in for a fee for a broker. So if you don't use a broker, you're still paying for it. So it's always the best idea to get a broker because they're an advocate in your corner, they're licensed, they're experienced, and they know how to handle things. And it's just car insurance. You don't necessarily go and do that directly through the insurance company. You probably call a broker to handle that, and they're your advocate. Your services are free, right? They're already built out into the billing for a client. Whether they use you or not, or they don't use any broker, it's all the same. I think it's always, first of all, a good idea to have a broker. Secondly, when it comes to PEO, there's a lot going on there, right? There's payroll, there's expenses, there's talent management, there's integration into retirement pieces, there's timekeeping, there's handling benefits, which is a big part of what PEOs do, and then dealing with terminations of employees. Right? So the life cycle of the employee and all of the things that a company offers them, it's pretty intense already as it is. And then to have to drill it down more and to get into the weeds and then look at benefits and to look at this copay and that deductible and that out-of-pocket max. And do we want this life insurance? And what's our strategic plan for the company? So all of the things that a business owner needs to focus on when they're evaluating the benefits, it's very cumbersome, right? And so what I like about working with the PEO brokers is that they know how to evaluate all of these benefits, first of all, because that's what their job is, right? A business owner's job is to run their business. A PEO's broker's job is to look at all the fine detail. And it's not to say that your HR person or your CFO isn't capable of doing that. It's just not something they do every single day. Yeah, so I believe in that for having PEO broker, just experience with someone who does it. And then also what PEO brokers will hopefully do, if they're a good broker like yourself, is they'll go to bat for you, right? And know the areas where there's negotiating because they're, believe it or not, is
Yeah,
negotiating in the process. You wouldn't think
absolutely.
so.
Yeah.
You would think you just go get health insurance and that's it, and workers' comp and payroll, and it's all pretty easy. But there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot to how the billing and fee structures are done. So to have somebody who specializes in that process is really beneficial because I think at the end of the day, to have an advocate in your corner during the process is really going to help your business.
That's a really good point that you bring up. There's several little nuances, as we both know, when it comes to PEOs and negotiation and where companies have flexibility. One thing that comes to mind when negotiating is when a company gets ready to renew. Every PEO company renews different, January, October, June. And if you're going to be signing up in January with a new PEO company and they have a renewal coming up in 6 months in June, they don't know what to ask for. What I would do as their PEO advocate is say, hey, let's talk to the PEO. They probably don't have their renewal numbers by now. What we can do in the contract, and I would definitely always get it in writing, not verbally. Let's see if we can get a guarantee rate lock so that come renewal time, it's guaranteed not to increase 7% come renewal time. So that way the client feels secure come 6 months down the road.
Yeah. So, for example, that's a very good point, right? Is to make sure that you're negotiating that because, for example, certain carriers with my company right now in certain states have guaranteed renewals of 0% until 2025, until June of 2025. Yeah, there's things like that
Yeah.
that are available
And
for
everybody's
clients.
a
And
little
if
bit
you,
different. Yeah.
yeah, and if you know about them, that's what I like about PE brokers is they know the little things that there are to know. And then the thing that I would say, let me try to think if there's any other types of things that I like about a PEO broker.
What do you think, RJ, difference between myself, because you work with several brokers nationally, what do you think would be different
Mhm.
about me as a PEO broker versus several other thousands of PEO brokers or other type of brokers out there?
I would say that you sold PEO, right? And you are on the other side of the table. So before, for you, those of you that don't know Suzanna, she has an extensive career that she built her whole life selling human capital management products like these, right? And so her being a sales rep and being able to know what is a request for a banding decrease, right?
Hmm.
Those types of lingo, that type of terminology to go back to the sales representatives and to say, hey, here's where we're at, here's where we need to get. Can your company move forward with those types of things? It's those types of negotiations to where you were on the other side of the table at one
Yep.
point, right? You
Hmm.
were the one selling the product and you were the one trying to capture the highest revenue for it and not discount if not need be, right? And so now that you're on the other side of the table and now you're the broker, all of the lingo, all of the things with the carriers, all of the things with the brokers that businesses are going to need to know in order to negotiate all of this stuff down. And you can have a broker, and that broker has been a broker their whole lives, and they've never seen what it's like. So it's really unique that you've had that experience. And then that experience inside the payroll world makes you really sharp for not just benefits, things like that, but what's really going on with payroll, what's
Hmm.
really going on with HR, what's really going on with retirement, what's really going on for all of these types of things. And you're able just to break it all down as to where maybe if a broker just focuses on medical benefits or those types of things, they're not necessarily going to be able to work with a company in a strategic kind of holistic way where you have that experience and you can touch on all of those points.
Good point. Yeah, I've actually been there. I've been on that other table, and that's what I like today because there's a lot of great PEO companies, but you have to fit. You're trying to make force clients to fit in the box. And I feel like today I don't have any boxes. It's really what is going to be the best fit for the client. And ADP is a very large payroll company as well. And so if it's just a payroll fit and not a PEO fit, that is really where I come and play and can help you partner with the right payroll company like RJ at ADP, and we can just do a payroll only option. We can look at
Mhm.
medical benefits outside of the PEO if that's something that's going to benefit you. And then the PEO is the fit, then we can find what PEO is going to be the best fit for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
what is actually a good fit for you?
a good fit for me is a business that has employees and that are looking to get them paid, all the way up to companies that are looking to have us administer their payroll, their HR, their employee benefits, and their insurance services. Typically, I see customers that have like tax ID issues and they're in multi-state and maybe the payroll company that they're with today didn't help them out with those things in the appropriate kind of way. I have other customers that are just looking for a more strategic HR type of process with handbooks and kind of an infrastructure to help them in the back end to navigate all the policies and forms, somebody to call. I work with business owners that want to have integration from things to timekeeping to onboarding to payroll to background checks to job postings. And I work with business owners that just want to work with a reliable brand name that they can trust. It all depends on kind of what their needs are and what they're looking for.
You guys have the option of payroll only, ASO.
Yep.
You still have the ASO model, right?
Yep. So we have payroll only. We have an ASO model, which is going to include HR and payroll. And then we also have a PEO division, which would include payroll, HR, employee benefits, and insurance services.
What type of industries would you say that ADP, the PEO total source division, really like to work with? How about I always say there's PEO companies that have an appetite for certain types of industries.
So ADP will look at companies that are any company, right? Really, you just want to make sure that you have medical participation, at least 50% medical participation. And you just want to make sure that there's no major outstanding health insurance issues with the company. And then you'd also want to just make sure that there's nothing really going on the workman's comp side, right? No major outstanding claims. When it comes to that, where I've seen a lot of success is really in those blue collar businesses, those
Okay.
people that are looking to decrease their expenses on their workman's compensation, that are looking for safety and risk, and that are looking to offer medical insurance to their employees and other types of benefits. So whenever they're like those blue collar, where there's the workman's comp exposure and they need to offer benefits to try to retain talent, those have been really successful for us. Financial service companies that are looking to offer rich benefits, great life insurance, low deductible plans, things like that, to give back to their employees in a different kind of way. We've been having a lot of success with those too. It really all just depends on what the client has going on, what their current workman's comp exposure looks like, what their current participation and health insurance benefits that they're looking to offer. And we will just take it back to our underwriting, we'll come back with the plans that are available, and they'll just have to see what is going to fit them best.
Oh, since you guys have all the divisions in ADP, do you find that there's a lot of clients that start off with just payroll only and then grow into the PEO model or grow into the ASO model?
For sure, right? So when a company starts out, depending on what industry they're in, they usually just are looking to get the bare basics going, and ADP has that, right? Pay your employees direct deposit and pay your taxes. Pretty easy, and help you out with some of the other stuff that you may need. But as the companies grow or as they encounter problems, they're looking to be more strategic. They're looking to give a better employee experience. And as companies get in business longer, they start to see the value of having a strategic HR process, right? Having trainings, having performance management, things like that. Yeah, then they'll grow into that, and they're looking for that extra help. Or maybe they just started as a payroll client and they didn't know what they were getting into, getting employees, and they're like, actually, you know what? I don't have time for this. I would rather just pay a company like ADP to do it for me. That's ADP's,
Exactly. Even myself, who I've been in the industry for many years as an independent consultant, I just outsourced my payroll to ADP. And I just had the best experience yesterday dealing with my service rep, Justin, who helped me integrate my QuickBooks. And he was so helpful. He spent quite a bit of time helping me. I was like, I'm going to give you 10-star ratings whenever I get that score back. So
Oh,
it was really good. So I really appreciated that. And I, even as a business owner myself, I see the value in outsourcing to experts like ADP that just focus on processing payroll and taxes.
yeah. ADP is the largest. We pay 1 out of 5 people. We're publicly traded, Fortune 500 or 100 company, and just really been around in the industry. We're a big giant in the room. So
Absolutely.
yeah, ADP is for the payroll. So I'm glad that we were able to offer you that and get you great service. And to your question of do employers move on to an ASO or PEO model? Yeah, the employer starts growing. They start to hire employees. They start to see some of those burdens, and they may not have time for them. So they'll look for some more strategic HR help And then they may find that they want to retain their employees or just get something going for the company to be more competitive. And then they'll move into benefits and the PEO type of situation. So
Awesome.
definitely.
I appreciate your time today, RJ. It's been great seeing you. Is there anything else that you
Yeah.
would like to add or share with us?
No, I would just say that if you're a business that's out there and you are looking to take a look at your business from a holistic approach as far as payroll, HR, employee benefits, insurance services, medical, dental, vision, life, disability, all of those types of benefits. I myself am licensed in life and health, and I will say it is a very complex thing to navigate, to evaluate. And I think that if you have somebody that's been on the other side of the table, they've been the sales rep, I think if there's no service fee for it, right, and what Suzanna's work is that she offers doesn't cost you anything either way, it's just really a no-brainer. And I like to work with good people, and you've always just, again, really just been a reliable person, always picked up the phone, always kept up with text messages, never MIA, never any issues with you. Since I've known you, you've just always been a reliable partner. You'll be like, hey, did you hear about this health insurance plan and this? And I'm just like, Suzanna, get out of it. Like, you're so into what you do and you're so excited about it and you're
Yes.
really doing the research. And I really, truly believe that you're bringing like strategies to business owners that a lot of people don't know about, right? People don't know what it means to gap a plan, right? They don't know what it means to get the HDHP plan and then gap it and then come up, right? And they don't know benefit strategy like you do, because you used to have to change businesses and convince them to change on your service when you were in sales. And it was hard to do all those types of things and to go and give the customer the best deal and go through their plans and sort them out and say, here's the reason why you should buy. To have that expertise and be able to take that to all the payroll companies and to present that to a business owner, like, that's just really invaluable. So I just wanted to give you a plug. I just wanted to say thanks for being a great partner.
Thank you. Thank
I love
you.
working with you.
I-
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
that's
I love
it.
working with you too. Thank
Thanks.
you. So for more
Okay.
information, please feel free to send me a message at Susanna at PEO for the PEO.com or visit me via LinkedIn and send me a message. So have a fantastic day. Susanna Martinez here, your PEO advocate, fighting to maximize your benefits without overpaying in PEO fees. If you like my content, please hit the like button and subscribe or comment below.